In the 1970s music scene, some of the best creative talent could be spotted behind the shoulders of other great talent. Such was the case of Stephen Dees, the touring bassist for Hall Oates on the American Blue-Eyed Soul Duo's 1976 Bigger Than Both of Us tour. And in 1977, Daryl Hall returned the favor by producing Stephen Dees's only solo album, Hip Shot, and from that album, the opening track, Counting on You. Already, we've got the symphonic intro, and who do we have playing? We've got so many people. We are going to be hearing Charlie DeChant. We are going to be here. Oh, I'll just save the surprises as they emerge. Counting on you, to give it to me. Counting my fever, all in this smile. I'm counting on you, to give it to me. Okay, I'm hearing some electric piano doing the chords. I'm hearing some percussion. I'm hearing a few layers, creating kind of like a funky vibe. Like what you got, let it come through. Yeah, I'm hearing a bit of soft bass under it all. I've never ever been loved, no, this way before, and I like it. Kind of hi-hat precision. Like I have some more. I have never ever been moved this way. And his vocals he's quite kinetic vocal wise here. And I like I have some more. If I count on you to get it, I know I'm gonna get it now. But he's also quite soulful too. If I count on you to get it, I know I'm gonna get it. Wow. So basically, he's learned from Daryl Hall that you can be like simultaneously soulful and yet quirky at once. Like he's drawing upon like American and English influences. Like I'm hearing a bit of like the kind of the English glam influence and the American blue-eyed soul. And like West Coast, and musically, this is very similar, arrangement wise, to what Boz Scaggs was doing around this time. Counting on you, to give it to me. Counting my feet up, all in a smile. I like what you got, I love how you use it. You make me hot. Yeah, the lyrics have kind of a steamy vibe to them. It's about this is about sexual tension. Okay, who have we heard on this? Let's see, we've got Rubens Bassini on percussion. That's a name. Oh, 257 credits according to Discogs, going all the way back to the late 50s, like Roberto Silva, Emir Dia. Oh, God, these names I've seen so many times, but I've never heard pronounced out loud. Drum, Steve Shive and Eddie Zine. And we've got a couple of saxophonists on this album. We've got Todd Sharp, slide guitar. I don't think I've heard that necessarily on this track. Tasha Thomas on backing vocals. I wonder, I'm going to have to be listening for some of these things. These people, I don't know if I do know who's coming up in just a bit here. The steamy sax work of the one and only Charlie DeChant, the Hall & Oates saxist. You've seen him in the videos. You know, the guy with the glasses often wore the like leopard uh, jackets and such. Yeah, cool guy, cool cat. Hear how those like strings kind of perforate under the fluid kind of billowing lines of the sax. The way everything just collides is just kind of a steamy urban late night vibe of the 70s. Just beautiful place. I mean, hear those little Fender Rode lines underneath it all? Like, God, the mixture of like the Fender Rhodes, the strings, the saxophone, the percussions, it's just wonderful arrangements. I mean, just it simultaneously slick, soulful, funky, like danceable, kind of heady, erotic to a degree. Dropping my feet up, this world. I'm counting on you, to give it to me. I like what you got, and let it come through me. If I count on you to give it, I know I'm gonna get it now. If I count on you to give it, I know I'm gonna get it now. God, hear Charlie just play that thing though. Those notes, the but that is one chorus line you gotta say. That arch that Stephen Dees puts into the vocals, like I know I'm gonna get it. When I was younger, like 16 years ago, I would sing it like I could hit those higher notes. I think I don't know. Maybe if I submitted to Ken's vocal academy for 6 months, I could hit those higher. But I don't know at my age. But yeah, when I was like 30. You know, in my car, like with this recording, like on cassettes, when we still had cassettes, playing this, you know, younger, in my like bouffaned hair and my skinny jeans and mesh shirts and all the younger kind of androgynous thing, and just like moving along to this and just mimicking the vocal lines. Yeah, I could mimic. There was a time when I could mimic those those vocal lines. Oh God, what it was to be young and just. Imagine just the urban setting where this could be like playing like on a street corner, and like the different characters, the different like nightlife, colorful characters, like oh God, just the cool jazz cats, the the people from the boroughs, the the immigrant, with their indigenous outfits and such, like bringing in kind of like the Latinized vibe, you could say, like the sexy, streetwalkers, 70s era. It just, with steam and like neon lights and heck, it could be one of those beautiful, gritty scene slices of New York circa 1977. I mean, they say that New York was just in ruins, like in the 70s. It was just in shambles, but there are also people saying it was beautiful, and people today are just trying to recreate it. They miss the kind of grit, the headiness, the uncertainty of it all, the darkness, the seediness, and this just is like a time capsule. I feel it really conjures up those vibes, those heady late night urban type vibes. No, I'm gonna get it. Stephen Dees, Counting on You, from the 1977 album Hip Shot. Great album. Covers a lot of ground on it. The golden middle between American blue-eyed soul and English glam rock. Controversial term, even with me, because it's a hard term to define, but it's got that. There are moments of like kind of artsy quirkiness that I could say is like a tiny bit of Steve Harley here, maybe a dash of Sparks there, a pinch of like David Essex, and yeah, the kind of a mid-Atlantic sensibility at play, and then I'm also hearing like bits of Gino Vanelli, Boss Gags, Hall Oates, of course, and yeah, who else is on this? Larry Fast plays synthesizer, although I can't really say he was heard on this track per se. I was hearing like electric piano, which was probably played by Stephen Dees. Daryl Hall produces the album, but doesn't. Oh, Daryl Hall plays synthesizers and keyboards, so we may have heard Daryl Hall on there. I don't think we heard Larry Fast on this one, and we definitely heard Charlie DeChant. And I'm not sure we heard Tasha Thomas. Actually, no. I think she's heard on "Got My Eyes on You, Babe." Yeah, there's some definite female vocals on that one. Yeah, this covers a lot of ground. This album, it's also got hit Stephen Dees' version of "Carrie," which which is the song that Stephen Dees and Daryl Hall co-wrote together, which was also recorded by Hall Oates for "Bigger Than Both of Us." And yeah, some other songs that I'll have to do on another edition. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the Hip Shot album, see the directory of albums by American art rock and blue-eyed soul artists linked in the description below for this album, as well as the Hall & Oates catalog and Daryl Hall solo, yeah, and like-minded artists. And like and subscribe, and follow me on social media to know when the next video is coming out. And leave a comment if there's anything that stood out to you about this track that I didn't point out. If there are any nuances that you heard, maybe you know some things about this album, this artist, maybe you have your own memories. Anyway, or just share some memories you may have had about New York in the 70s or the big cities, seedy, urban, settings and such, that this song was evocative of. And anyway, until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air travel trimaximalist, signing off.